People who formerly had tremendous wealth and squandered it exist all over the globe. Names like Mike Tyson, Patricia Clutch, Alberto Villar, and others instantly come to mind. This clearly shows that riches are not a panacea for poverty. You will discover why a high wage does not necessarily translate into wealth. Hello everyone, welcome to Wealthy Wisdom. In this video, we're going to talk about the right money mindset to make you rich. If you're new to this channel, do like and subscribe to the channel. It may be tough to feel affluent when something or someone is constantly stealing a big portion of your money. Spending money on basics, living and saving money for the future does not seem to be a luxury, especially when compared to those higher up the food chain. When you compare yourself to your neighbor who drives around town in a flashy car on a regular basis, it's difficult to feel prosperous. On the other hand, it's possible that you were destined for success while your neighbor was destined for financial ruin. If you can believe it, there was a time when professionals on the rise thought making six figures was a big deal. It meant having a doorman, driving a European car, eating at fancy restaurants, and taking holidays to the Maldives for young unmarried people. It meant having a spacious suburban home and having enough education funds for their children, married folks. A $150,000 a year lifestyle was both a luxury and a status symbol. It required becoming a member of the rich elite in order to achieve these six-figure aspirations. These people worked for years, certain that their contributions would be rewarded and that the social compact would be strong enough to afford a pleasant retirement. Many people have the idealistic hope of one day having a six-figure wage. But earning $150,000 today does not provide the same benefits. Because of inflation and growing expenditure, $150,000 is now just a starting point for financial independence. Nowadays, earning $275,000 or more as a single person is essential to advancing financially. Actually, more and more people are realizing that there is enough money. The person who earns money either develops enough of it or labors to produce what he considers adequate. As a result, earning a large income does not guarantee financial success. There are steps to take and standards to follow in order to arrive at your definition of wealth. This is something I'll go through in this video. People who struggle financially despite earning a comfortable living are so common in contemporary culture that an acronym was devised to describe them. Henry is referring to high earners who aren't quite affluent. This term has come to designate a certain kind of high-end worker, the majority of whom are millennials. According to experts, a typical Henry is in his early 30s, earns more than $150,000 a year, and struggles to strike a balance between his spending and saving habits. They are not making progress toward their financial goals and are falling behind in their money accumulation. Their problem is caused in part by their comfortable, if not affluent, lifestyle. But one might also point to the economy, which seems to be doing well but is really teeming with fear. Henry's main financial issue is that they often overspend and experience a decline in their quality of life. The problem with folks who earn a lot of money yet live expensive lifestyle is that when you fight above your weight, you risk going overboard. If you're serious about amassing a large fortune, you understand that making more money should only mean saving and investing more when your standard of living increases to match the increase in your discretionary income. Otherwise, you're in severe trouble. The fact that Henry's pay is rising does not necessitate an increase in expenditure. People who have become used to earning $4,000 or $6,000 a month should not spend anymore. When they wake up 10 years from now, they may find themselves paying $12,000 a month. A few people are unable to save money due to their expensive lifestyle. These include international travel, staying in 5-star hotels, and owning or renting 2 homes. These people seem unable to give up their way of life. These lifestyle choices go counter to the best practices often suggested by experts. Avoiding a luxurious lifestyle is the easiest way to save money. You will be wealthy but not materialistic if you do this. Even if these higher earners aren't doing anything to improve themselves, they are still being held back financially by factors they can't control. Millennials, whether they realize it or not, are impacted by the affordability crisis. The economy appears to be expanding, with stock markets rising and unemployment remaining at a half-century low of 3.5% in the United States. But this is not the complete picture to ignore the fact that income growth has just not kept pace with growing living expenses. It's interesting to know that the average income of young people rose by just 29% between 1979 and 2017. On the other hand, the cost of healthcare per person in the United States has climbed by $9,000 since 1970, while the median price of a home has increased by 39%. A 2018 graduate with borrowed money has an average student debt of $29,800, while the total national debt due on student loans has hit a record high of $1.5 trillion. You may be interested in the information that the overall cost of living is rising. Living in the New York metropolitan area in 1987 would have cost you approximately $100,000. Currently, it would cost you around $107,000. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Let's talk about the right money mindset to make you rich. The cost of products covered by outwardly mobile professionals is now virtually double, which may be contributing to the problem. Today, $100 diesel clothing replaces $40 Levi's. $5 Starbucks coffee replaces 75 cents from the deli. And a $449 iPod replaces the previous generation's necessary $75 Sony Walkman. All of this suggests that spending carelessly while having a high salary might be disastrous, especially given that life is neither simpler nor less costly. Income is vital, but how you utilize it to develop wealth is even more critical. Saving includes using savings to ensure long-term economic stability. Because of technological advancements, it may be difficult to put long-term financial success above immediate satisfaction. Even while the glossy life has become even more dazzling and impossible to resist, the majority of millennials have lost the concept of delayed pleasure. Driving a great car may make you feel prosperous today, but when you are near retirement and have a little savings, you may feel differently. So keep in mind that having a high income does not automatically imply being wealthy. Spending your whole income will keep you from getting affluent. It surely is that simple. You will not become rich if you earn a six-figure salary but spend it all. But I do have some exciting news to share with you in this video. Any income, no matter how substantial or little, may be utilized to accumulate wealth. Instead of wasting money on frivolous items that just make you seem affluent, you may now begin earning more money and focus on saving and growing wealth. Naturally, making more money increases your chances of being able to save more after paying your necessary expenditures. So it's a good idea to seek to increase your income while decreasing your spending. The more money you save for long-term success, the more flexibility you have with your income and expenses. You must first grasp your existing condition in order to gain money. Based on how much money you make, spend, and save, you'll know how to approach investing. You cannot have expenditures that are equal to or even exceed your revenue. Furthermore, if your goal is to improve your financial status and your expenses are already modest, you must devise a plan to grow your revenue and the right money mindset to make you rich. It is critical to analyze your income and expenditures on a regular basis. Take care not to use more than is necessary. Yes, it seems simple, but you may be surprised at how quickly spending may surpass income. You must keep meticulous records and always speak the truth. They live extravagant lifestyles. There is always the possibility of cost cutting if they start thinking seriously about their future requirements. These may be reduced by eating fewer meals out, finding more cost-effective methods to travel, or simply reducing their living area. Once your spending is under control, it's time to pay off any debts. To be honest, anybody who is in debt will find it difficult to increase their fortune. The core notion underpinning all of this is that you cannot build money unless you first save and then invest, which is complicated when you must pay interest on a regular basis. When you have enough money saved up, you may start investing. You may improve the value of your assets more rapidly by placing your money into good investments. When the value of your funds is eroded by inflation, you should invest them rather than leave them in a savings account. When someone makes excellent investment selections, wealth starts to manifest. You may focus only on retirement savings, build a solid stock market portfolio, produce continuous income flow via real estate, or do all three. Many financial counselors would argue that it is not so much about how much money you make as it is about how much money it generates for you, as long as you save and invest it effectively. In this video, I'll give you 2 examples to help you understand. In the end, you decide who is wealthy and who is not. So for our first companion is Michael, a university graduate. He saves as much as he can, roughly 20% of his monthly pay, and lives humbly, considerably below his means. I will begin to earn twice as much. Despite the fact that he is now married and responsible for a family, he continues to save some of his money. After some time, he establishes a retail location that provides him with more money 20 years later. Michael has preserved his assets, and his investments demonstrate that he is skilled with money. Michael is wealthy, yet he is not materialistic. He has the right money mindset to make you rich. Gabrielle, another Ivy League graduate, earns a job, is intelligent, and works hard, but he also likes to live luxuriously. He owns an expensive car and a beautiful home. His wife wears fashionable clothes and jewelry, and his children have everything they could want. However, owing to his and his family's expensive lifestyle, Gabrielle was unable to save any money and was forced to live paycheck to paycheck. He has also had bad investment returns. After a while, he realizes that his costs exceed his income. Gabrielle's family would most likely become bankrupt if he lost his lucrative job despite his high monthly salary. As you can see, each of these 2 males has a deeply entrenched habit, one of which is beneficial and one of which is detrimental. Develop the habit of spending less than you earn, then saving and investing the difference. Having a high income is helpful because it makes life easier and may speed up the process of getting rich. But you shouldn't raise your standard of living too much. As a result, it is more difficult to stay on track if you approach wealth creation with the perspective that you are giving something up. Giving up some of your extravagances in order to save and invest is not a loss because of the long-term benefits. We've reached the end of another video, and thank you for watching. I hope you have learned the right money mindset to make you rich. If you like this video, do give us a like, subscribe to the channel, and comment down below. Thank you and goodbye.